If you clicked on this video, you're here for a reason, and one reason alone. You want to know what are great fragrances to rock this fall autumn season 2023. In this video, I'm going to give you 15 of the best choices out there when it comes to powerful, long-lasting, boozy fragrances that have the wow effect. We wait for this time of the year to rock those solid, warm, spicy, and powerful scents. So if you want to know what my choices are, guys, stick around. They're up next. Welcome back to another video. Max Forti here. If you do love to make a great and lasting impression, you do know that smelling awesome is a great way to do that. It's a great way to start. And by wearing any of the 15 choices I'm about to share with you, you'll definitely have an edge. You'll have an upper hand on doing just that. So we're gonna hop into the choices here. These are all designers, of course. This is my top 15 designer choices for fall, autumn 2023, of course. Stick around here on the channel. I'm gonna give you the top niche options very soon in the next week or two. So without any further ado, let's hop into these choices. And of course, know that you can try any fragrance on this list, all 15 of them, and thousands to choose from, whether you go in designer, niche, indie, whatever. You can find it at perfume.com. Use my code MAX12, enjoy 12% off site-wide. Again, all details, codes, best deals, all fragrances listed in the description of this video. So kicking off the list here at the 15th spot, I'm gonna give you guys a fragrance that I spoke about this fragrance many times here on the channel. In fact, when it was first released back in, I believe, 2019, I did a full review on this fragrance. I wore it and I told you this is the best of the line. A lot of people didn't think it was. Now a lot of people are coming around to it and agreeing with me that this is in fact the best one from the line. This is Versace Pour Homme Eros Flame. This is incredible, guys. What I love about this fragrance is it has a slight resemblance with the original Eros. Of course, it's from the same line, but this has a fantastic orange, mandarin orange up top that makes this so much more refined, in my opinion. It's not as, obnoxious with the heavy vanilla, and the amber tonka, the sweetness that you get with that original one that sometimes could be a little bit headache inducing. This one here, not the case. It's going to be a little more refined, a little bit more classy. Eros Flame is going to take a backseat to a lot of the other ones here that I'm favoring to wear in the next few fall months, but definitely a solid choice. If you're looking for one fragrance to rock this fall season, this will deliver tremendously. 𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗄 is the nose behind this fragrance. God bless his soul. He has left us. He's no longer with us, but he left us with incredible, amazing releases and launches and creations throughout the years, and this is definitely one of them. If you haven't tried this one, try it. You're gonna love it. Again, the mandarin, the patchouli, the vanilla, a little bit sweet, but very refined compared to the others from this line. Now, when you're looking at fragrances that will transition you from the summertime into the fall, this is one that I'll be rocking mostly during the early months of fall. Since September 21st, 22nd is the beginning of fall. Officially, the time you're watching this video, it's not technically fall yet, but we do get some cooler nights. And these are the days that I'm gonna be rocking this one right here. This is 𝗄𝗃 Rodriguez for him, Bleu Noir, the Parfum Edition. Be sure you get this one. There are a ton of different ones out there, lots of flankers. Gets confusing, I know, but if you get the Parfum, you're gonna smell amazing. Love this one. Particularly, I love this one because even though it says Bleu Noir, it's more of a green scent. You have cypress here, you have sandalwood, it's creamy, it's green. You also have a delectable note of iris here. Makes this a standout fragrance. Amazing for those dressier occasions. Even if you're dressed a little bit down, but you wanna definitely convey a very well put together vibe about yourself. Refinement, elegance, classiness is what comes to mind with this fragrance. For him, 𝗄𝗃 Rodriguez Bleu Noir Parfum, amazing. One of my top choices at the 14th spot for this fall season. Again, a transitional fragrance from the warmer days to the cooler nights, and so forth and so on. Incredible stuff. If you haven't tried it, do try it. I think you're gonna love it. One of the best designer releases over the past couple of years, and kind of a sleeper. Not many people talking about this one. This is elegance and class personified in a bottle. This year in particular, I'm actually revisiting some of my old-time classic favorite ones that I loved during the last decade within the fall and early winter season. And this one here is gonna fit that bill perfectly. If you do have a sweet tooth, if you like gourmand fragrances, this is absolutely a stunner of a fragrance. It's a gourmand, aromatic type of a scent. You do have lavender here, but you have some incredible gourmand fragrance notes such as coffee. You do have chocolate cocoa here. This, again, tons of flankers, but this is the originator, the main release from this line when they started this particular collection, which I believe was in 2014, 2015. This is Valentino Uomo, the original. Absolutely fantastic stuff. If you do have a sweet tooth, But this is also elegant. It's a little bit gourmand. You have the coffee, the cocoa note, but it's done in a very sophisticated and refined manner. It's not going to be overly sweet. It's quite classy fragrance. The bottle itself looks like a gorgeous whiskey bottle. This is not boozy, however. The coffee here is more of a green coffee note. You do have a phenomenal cocoa vibe here that's a little bit powdery, lavender, vetiver. This to me is an answer to not having the availability to pick up Dior Homme anymore. You know, the original from 2005, even Dior Homme Intense is harder to get. So this is a fantastic choice, including another one that I'm gonna give you here, but that one is boozy, this one is not. The other choice I'm giving you later in this video, but a fantastic, classy, elegant, and refined fragrance, Valentino Uomo, amazing. Released in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Get a bottle of this, getting harder to find. Don't know if it's discontinued or not, but I know it's taken a backseat for a lot of the newer releases, but like I say all the time, guys, newer doesn't mean better. Sometimes you have amazing fragrances such as this one that gets slept on because people are looking at just the new releases. Guys, hidden gem right here. At the 12th spot, a fragrance that I'm not huge on because, hear me out, I'm not huge on smelling like dessert. I do enjoy my gourmand, sweet fragrances. I need to be in the mood for. This one here is going to be worn mostly when it's really, really brisk and cold out during the evening times of fall. Late fall is when I'm gonna start pulling this, but it is a compliment monster, probably one of the most complimented fragrances on this list. Ladies love this fragrance. In fact, they do love to steal sprays, including my wife, but people out there have told me that ladies love to wear this fragrance themselves. It is sweeter. It is a fragrance that could be shared. It is more masculine. It is a masculine release, but I could say 100% anybody can rock this if you have a sweet tooth. This is Tom Ford Noir Extreme. I love this stuff. I'm not even gonna spray because it's gonna overtake the, all the other fragrances here. It's that powerful. This is going to be 𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗄𝗏. It's got like this nutty pistachio vibe to it. It's quite sweet. It's ambery, spicy, warm, a little bit resinous. Incredible stuff. I believe there's patchouli, tonka, vanilla. So it's going to be a sweet type scent. You must have a sweet tooth. Appreciate sweeter fragrances that are ambery, sweeter by nature. Most likely, I think, yeah, it's safe to say here, looking at everything, the sweetest of all fragrances here on this list. And I have to say though, incredible for performance, amazing for compliments. If you do look for those fragrances to wear in the really cold months of fall, when you're starting to harp into almost winter weather, this shines like a diamond. It's gonna make you smell amazing. Believe me, it's gonna get compliments and pull attention. So if you have a sweet tooth and you wanna smell very sensual this fall season, Tom Ford Noir Extreme is your fix. At the 11th spot, this is going to be the second sweetest fragrance here on this list, and it's going to be Stronger With You, but the leather, which I think is a lot less sweet than Absolutely or Intensely. Not as sweet as the original either, so, I could have gone with the oud, but I think I'm gonna actually rock that during the winter months of the year. But I think leather is, I'm telling you, it is my favorite from the whole collection at this point. Because I love the leather infusion. It's got this roasted chestnut vibe to it, which is, to me, evokes fall season, Thanksgiving, which happens in November. So this is one that I mostly pull off during holiday times, Christmas season, Thanksgiving, those type of occasions. This has a very, cozy, cocoony, warm, inviting, cuddly kind of a feel. Love this stuff. If you haven't tried Stronger With You leather, I think you're missing out. This to me is the crown jewel of the Stronger With You collection. One that has been, getting slapped on. Not many people talking about this one because again, they focus on what's new, but this one here, guys, is absolute fire. Now we're getting into the top 10. These are the heavy hitters. At the 10th spot, we're gonna talk about, to me, a masterpiece. I actually fell in love with this fragrance at first sniff, and I reviewed this fragrance for you guys back in 2014. This is going to be from the house of Costume National. This is the original Costume National Homme. This is my second bottle of this fragrance over the last few years. I love this stuff. To me, it smells, when you smell off the spigot here, the sprayer, it gives you off this toasted coconut vibe. But when you spray this on your skin, this is an absolute beast of a fragrance. We're talking cinnamon cloves, so it's heavy on the spices. This is considered a woody, aromatic, spicy scent. You have spices, you have woods, some resins. Dominique Ropion is the nose here. He's a master perfumer, in my opinion, one of the best, definitely top 20 noses of our time. This is 𝗕𝗏 concentration. This is a beast of a fragrance, one that in the cool, crisp, fall weather, it smells like $1,000,000. Don't ever wear this when it's warm out because you're gonna choke yourself in those around you. This is a beast, like I said, but as soon as the weather hits, in Fahrenheit, we're talking anywhere below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, this shines incredibly on your skin. It pushes like crazy, it gets compliments, it pulls attention. And again, when you first spray, because of that closed, you know, it's gonna be a little bit hard to bear. Don't overspray, please. This is 2 to 3 sprays and you're good to go. Maybe 4 when it's really cool out. Spray your jacket, it's gonna really give you a phenomenal scent trail. But on scent alone, I think it's the most unique here on this list, and it is an absolute phenomenal fragrance. Like I said, I'm not spraying here because it's, again, another beast, but I love this stuff. Come fall, I look forward to wearing this one, or even the Parfum version, which, by the way, is not as intense and powerful as the original. Trust me, this stuff is a beast. At the 9th spot, again, another beast of a fragrance, one that I only wear, you know, during the fall and winter months of the year. I love this stuff. I think that the name here was misconstrued. I don't think the name is quite fitting to this fragrance. It's called 𝗂𝗏𝗏 Oud pour Homme, or pour Homme Oud. This is nothing to do with oud. There's not even oud listed in the note. I don't get oud here at all. I get this nutty leather tobacco. It smells incredible. If you like Bel Ami from Hermès, this is like a modern version of that. Like I said, you have hazelnut feel here, like a nutty, leathery component. There is rum, there's tobacco, there's spices. This is vetiver in the base. It smells so masculine, so quintessential, well put together, refined. This could have, you know, ranked very high on this list, but it's one that I wear for special occasions only during the fall and winter times of the year. It's making my top fall, but it's gonna bleed into the winter for sure. Love the stuff. I spoke about this when it first came out, reviewed it for you guys. I'm gonna pop that review here if you wanna know more about this fragrance, but all I'm gonna say is, if you're looking for a very masculine, gentlemanly, well put together, quintessential refinement in the bottle, 𝗂𝗏𝗏 Oud. I mean, the oud again is not fitting. I would have named this, you know, quintessential man, or, you know, could have named it Ferragamo tobacco. I mean, there's so many things that would be more fitting to this fragrance because there's not even oud in the fragrance. This, if you bottle this into like a niche fragrance and you put this in like a Tom Ford private blend, people would pay $300 for this without even blinking. That's simple. Because this is a cheapie, sometimes it gets a little bit, people get snobbish. But this, I'm telling you, is a fantastic scent. If you haven't tried it, you are missing out. That's all there is to it. So I spoke to you guys about Cajon. I love Cajon. I think it's a great designer brand that oftentimes gets slapped on. People don't really talk about it. They have a private blend that I think they released back in 2020, 2021, which they have a sub-line within that collection, which is a whole tobacco line. It's Tobacco Exquise, Tobacco Noir, Blonde Tobacco from back in the day, which was, you know, reimagined. And of course, my choice for this year here at the 8th spot, Tobacco Noir, or dark tobacco. Love this stuff. I spoke about this fragrance here on the channel back in the day. I want to say a few months back when I did like first impressions, one of those unboxing first impressions. This is a gorgeous tobacco fragrance. And the thing is, this is definitely androgynous. Anybody could rock it. We're talking tonka beans, we're talking gorgeous tobacco, we're talking patchouli. There's a little bit of a rose action here as well. This is a phenomenal fragrance. One that's sensual, a little bit mysterious, and like I said, androgynous, unisex, gender-free, whatever you want to call this. It checks all the boxes. Even has a little bit of a booziness effect to it when you first spray it on. It smells a little bit like a rum kind of a drink, but the tobacco, the patchouli, those dark notes will start to come through as it warms up with your body and your chemistry. This is a phenomenal scent. Another hidden gem here on this video. Many people not talking about Tobacco Noir or this Cajon line. I am highly suggesting you guys check this line. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think over the last couple of years, one of the best collections out there that you are not probably checking out, and you should. And again, if you don't want to get a bottle, get a decant, try it, live with it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna come back here and say, Max, thanks for putting me onto this. This stuff is absolutely stellar. Tobacco Noir from Cajon at the 8th spot. Speaking of great releases, you know, over the last couple of years, here's another one released in 2021. This was Françoise de Manchy's, which was Dior's head perfumer or in-house perfumer. This was his last order of business, you know, shall we say, or his last farewell fragrance. And this is the one that I want to highlight here today at the 7th spot. From the House of Dior, this is Sauvage Elixir. I love this stuff, guys, and I truly, this is one that I really wait for the fall to hit because I love wearing this September. I'm actually starting to wear this right now. And here's the thing though, this works right now for dressier occasions. If you're like in, temperature controlled environments with air conditioning. As it gets colder out, of course, you can rock this anywhere, anytime. That I think when you want to convey a very well put together, dressier vibe about yourself, I rock this during the day or evening time for dressier occasions. It is that good. The Dior Sauvage Elixir is not your typical Sauvage. It's not anything similar or remotely similar to the other Sauvages. This goes into a different direction. This pays homage to the classic fougères with this modern twist. And the modern twist here is going to be your resins, your spices, but the classy vibe of the lavender in this fragrance is absolutely incredible. It's one of the best lavenders in the game. If you're looking for perfect fougère that has a modern twist to it, Sauvage Elixir is definitely your fix. This is resinous, it's a little bit spicy, it's definitely woody, very aromatic. The lavender here is done to perfection. This is very potent though, very powerful. That's why I didn't spray the room right now, because it would definitely take over. This is another one that if you want to be perceived, if you want people to turn heads and you want to smell more powerful than anybody else in the room, then definitely check this fragrance out. This is polarizing, it is powerful, but it's also very gentleman, very classy, very refined, very elegant. It checks all the boxes when I'm looking for something to really stand out in the crowd. Love this stuff in the fall, and I know you will too if you share similar, outlooks and similar vibes of fragrances that I do. You will love the scent profile. That simple. I talked to you guys about transitional fragrances that will take you to late summer into early fall and right into the winter time. This is one of those fragrances right here at the 6th spot. This is a jack of all trades. In this collection here that I'm sharing with you for the fall season that I curated, this one fits the bill perfectly. Again, just like I talked about Eros Flame, if you're looking for one fragrance to fit all occasions, settings, this would be the one, guys. I'm talking about Ombre Noir from Lalique. Now, Lalique is another brand that provides quality with great pricing. Don't pay retail for this. Again, all fragrances will be listed below. You can find incredible deals at fragrancebuy.ca and of course, Max Aroma, the two partners of the channel. I'm gonna list everything below with their best possible pricing to help you guys out from a fragrance lover to another. But Ombre Noir from Lalique, to me, is that perfect fragrance that you could rock all season long. I love this stuff. We're talking a mint up top with this boozy cognac or brandy. It's got that vibe that's very creamy and sensual. Some sandalwood here in the base, which adds creaminess. Definitely some green tinges with cypress. This is creamy, it's spicy. There's tobacco in here, some leather. It is, I love this stuff. I think on scent alone, it's probably, along with 3 others that I'm gonna share with you at my top 5, it is on scent alone one of the best. Of course, Custom National, the Salvatore Homme. Love those fragrances on scent alone. I think they're my favorites. This one here, I love wearing it, and I also love the actual feedback that I get from people. When I'm wearing this fragrance, people want to know what I'm wearing. It smells quite unique for what it is. If you do spray your clothes, you're gonna get phenomenal performance. This perhaps doesn't have the best performance from the things I talked about here. When it comes to the projection, the longevity though is actually very good. This is another parfum concentration. It tends to sit closer, doesn't have the push as a lot of the older toilettes, but if you do spray your clothes, like I said, it will last until the next day, plus it'll give you a tremendous sillage. This is one of those that you should spray your clothes on top of your skin, because that way you'll get maximum and better performance. But Lalique Ombre Noir is definitely a hidden gem. It was very hard to get for a while, set to be discontinued. Now it's quite available, not easily, not readily, but you can actually find this for a very good price for what you're gonna get. And I think this is, it's got this niche quality to it, meaning it's very intricate, very mysterious, but also very pleasant. Don't snooze on this one, guys. If you're looking for something very unique, boozy, tobacco, leather, to rock this fall, Ombre Noir is definitely an amazing fragrance you should consider. Before I give you the 5 last fragrances here for my top choices for the Fall Designers 2023, I want to tell you about something that you should not miss. This is a 2-for-1 because it's an event, but it's also a giveaway. Now, let's talk about the giveaway first. There is a magazine that's been making their way and people have been talking about it. To me, it is the best magazine when it comes to discovering niche brands and learning about in a very immersive and fun way. Of course, very classy. This is Alt Magazine Le Parfum. They're from Netherlands, they're from Holland, and they're actually partnering with ScentXplore this year. Beautiful magazine. If you guys haven't had the chance to check this magazine out, please do check it out. They talk about different people, perfumers, creative directors, talk about notes, fragrance releases, pre-launches, you name it. They cover everything from around the world, from the, indie brands, niche brands, such as the 70+ brands that will be at ScentXplore this year. But the good thing that I wanted to share with you today is that by checking out the Le Parfum website in the link that I'm gonna leave below, if you're joining ScentXplore virtually, you can actually win a trip to New York for 2 with your trip and hotel all paid for. And this giveaway and activation is going on right now, the time you're watching this, but it ends on the end of October to be announcing the winner or winners on November, I believe the 4th, the first week in November. So don't miss out on that. Of course, another thing you don't want to miss out is on the actual event, ScentXplore. This is the actual final box. This is the size that you're going to get, which contains samples and discovery kits from all participating in feature brands at ScentXplore, explore, discover, share, and connect. Guarantee your box by registering at ScentXplore.com. Again, all details below. It's an immersive, convention that happens every year. It's niche, international perfume brands. It's hybrid, which means you can join virtually or in person. Guys, check out details December 1st and 2nd. I truly hope to see you there. This one here at the 𝗏𝗏 is a fragrance that actually commemorated my 5th anniversary, my 5th wedding anniversary with my wife that I wore back in 2020. This is going to be my favorite from the Le Male, currently available in the market. This is 𝗕𝗘𝗙𝗍𝗄𝗏 The elixir is actually quite good. I may actually wear that during the winter months of the year when it's really, really cold. But for the fall, and because of the memories I have attached to this, my wedding date is September. So this is something that I love and I really look forward to wearing this time of the year. And of course, I wear this on my wedding day, which is September 12th. So every September 12th, I pick this up. I have a wedding scent that I wear sometimes. Perhaps I'll wear it when it's our 10th anniversary. This year is our 8th anniversary. But this is one that I, for the 5th year on, is something I always look forward to wearing at this time of the year because I love it. It's got this licorice note, which is, I love it. It's done in a very subtle way just to make things a little bit dark and interesting. But what I love most about this fragrance is the trifecta of the lavender, the cardamom, and the iris, making this very sensual, very sophisticated, and very unique from all the Le Males in the collection. This to me is the most mature, refined, and sophisticated from the Le Males, period. If you're looking for something very sensual, very inviting, a little bit louder, you go with the elixir, which like I said, most likely will make my top winter list. But for the fall, guys, this is my go-to. As you see here with my lists, I always try to go with a certain note profile or certain notes profiles that I mostly enjoy during that particular season. When it comes to summertime, I go for citrus, for green scents, for vetiver. When it comes to the fall, I go for boozy scents, leathers, tobaccos, some ouds, but that's like, you get the drift. So next up, I wanted to have an oud. I do enjoy the note of oud more often than not. Lately I've been really getting into oud fragrances, but I don't want ouds that are very fecal or medicinal in smelling or hard to bear. This one here is perfect because it resembles a great fragrance from Tom Ford Private Blend, oud wood, but it adds some spicy and resins to it, making it even more special in my opinion. I'm talking about this one here from Versace. This is Versace Oud Noir, said to have been discontinued, but it's good that you can actually find this kind of readily available in some places. Again, I'll have it listed for you guys if you want to check it out. To me, over the last few years, the best or one of the best designer releases out there. A lot of people miss out on this one because, again, it's a little hard to find. I love this stuff, guys. The oud here is just right. It adds this mysterious darkness to the fragrance, but it's got this fruitiness up top. I think there's pink pepper in here as well. This is very sensual, great for romantic settings during the fall time. And if you're looking to wear those fragrances that will definitely make you stand out in the crowd, Versace Oud Noir is that fragrance. They don't come cheap for a designer, but for what you're getting here, the performance, the scent itself, this is an absolute masterpiece that I highly recommend you guys picking up because, God forbid, if it is really discontinued, then it's really gonna get harder and harder to find. But it is available at the time I'm shooting this video. It's gonna be linked below. Check it out if you haven't, at the 4th spot here this year, one that I'm really looking forward to rock the hell out of in the fall months of this year. Released last year, made my top fall list right off the bat, and this year's is a 3rd spot. I think last year was a little bit, lower on the tier here, but here it's making the 3rd spot for a reason. This is the best designer release last year. I said that, and I'll say it again. 2022, this here, right here on my hand that I'm about to share with you, was the best designer release of 2022, and it's making my 3rd spot in the Fall Designers 2023, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé. Big name, big scent. This is an absolutely stunner of a fragrance. We're talking gorgeous whiskey, we're talking iris, we're talking patchouli, we're talking some lavender, we're talking some vanilla. This is a breathtaking fragrance. This is a scent that you're gonna wear. Those people around you are gonna love the way, I think there's also a vetiver here. Those people around you will love the way you smell. It's that simple. From everything here, it's probably one of the most inviting, sensual, compliment-inducing fragrance on this list. It hits all the marks, it checks all the points. It will make you stand out in the crowd in a very positive way. The bottle is very fall-looking. You got the darker to lighter gradient. The juice is brown. This is a phenomenal juice, guys. Don't snooze on this one. The whiskey note here just will greet you at hello, along with the iris, the patchouli, the vanilla, the sweetness. It is a gorgeous scent that I highly recommend. This is another one that if you can only afford one or two, definitely consider this one as one of your true weapons for the fall-autumn season of 2023 designers. Number 2 here on the list could have easily been number 1. I think I'm putting this in number 2 just because it gets harder to find. This goes in and out of stock all the time. But on scent alone, this is a phenomenal fragrance that I've been loving for the last 7-8 years. It's been making my top list every year when I talk about fall. This is fall in the bottle to me. The bottle itself has this fall foliage kind of look, from darker to red to yellow, orange. It is just like this sunburst kind of a color scheme. I love this stuff. This is Fahrenheit Lip Parfum. We're talking, oh my God, this smells incredible, guys. And I'm telling you, I have 2 bottles of this. I have a backup bottle because, like I said, some people say this is going to be discontinued. It gets harder to find. It goes up in price. It's one of those things. If you haven't smelled this fragrance, guys, forget about the original Dior Fahrenheit, which I think is a masterpiece myself. But if you don't like that scent profile because you thought it's too strong, too bold, that gasoline violet feel, I know it gets to some people. This one here tones things down, smooth things over. You have this gorgeous bourbon vanilla feel here, along with some vanilla, some tonka. It is sweet, it is boozy. There's a leather note here that's absolutely incredible. It just fits you, it snugs you like a perfect made-to-measure garment. It is one of those scents, sensual, romantic, inviting, fall in the bottle, cozy, cocooning, checks all the boxes, guys. This is a masterpiece. Fahrenheit Lip Parfum from Dior. If you haven't tried, you're missing out. This, to me, another masterpiece that I'm glad to share with you. I've been sharing with you for the past almost decade now. This was released in 2014. It'll be a decade next year. I actually reviewed this upon release. And like I said, one of the best fragrances over the last 10 years, designers, period. Making my top 2 in the fall this year, and it's one that's here to stay. I'm always gonna rock this. This is one I'm always going to have in my collection because it just puts me in a great mood. At the number 1, just like I talked about, Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé being the best release of last year, this next one I'm about to share with you was the best designer release 3 years ago in 2020. Of course, I'm talking about this beauty right here from Cartier, amazing, Pacha de Cartier Parfum. This is whiskey, it's fir, it's piney, it's green. The whiskey here is just incredible. I mean, it has me at hello. I mean, you know what? This will be my scent today. I love this fragrance, guys. And it's one that, to me, it's me. When it comes fall, people know that I rock this fragrance. They know my smell. If I go into a room and I leave, they know I was there, because this is one of those fragrances that really captures my essence. And you guys know you're always looking for that one fragrance to rock mostly during that particular season that you want to rock the most. Maybe you change it every now and again. Every season you go with a different one. But this one here over the last 3 years has been one of my go-tos, making my number 1 this year. This is from, again, Cartier, which makes incredible fragrances for a great affordable price, a hidden gem brand just like Issey Miyake, just like Costume National. You know, those brands that people don't normally talk about. This one here is a gem of a fragrance. Like I said, fir, you got sandalwood that makes things creamy as it gets the dry down. The whiskey here is absolutely phenomenal. You got some resin, some spices. It is absolutely incredible. Some lavender here. So it is going to be probably one of the most mature on the list. Not as mature as Sauvage Elixir. This one has some playfulness to it. There's some vanilla, some tonka here, some sweetness, more sweetness than you would get with Elixir from Sauvage. So I definitely love this one. This is one that I love wearing in the fall season. I'm gonna be really wearing it in the next few months. So let me know in the comments if you haven't already, what are your top 5 or top 10 choices that you'll be rocking, designers of 2023 fall and autumn season. I'd love to read your comments, and of course, your support. It's greatly appreciated. If you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you right back here with another video very soon. Stay tuned for the niche options, guys. This year is one of the best top niche fall fragrance lists that I'm putting together just for you. See you guys again in the next one. Take care.